What if I told you the most powerful weapon in Asian pop right now isn't money, it's control? Not bigger budgets, not billionaire backers, not even global distribution deals. Control. And that's exactly why SB19's model works, not just in the Philippines, not just in Southeast Asia, but across Asia's entire entertainment ecosystem. While most idol groups are built on capital-heavy systems, SB19 flipped the script. They didn't just become artists, they became owners. Today, we're breaking down the real business reason SB19's model works in Asia and why this might quietly be the blueprint for the next generation of Asian pop. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to Starwave as we dive in. Part 1. The traditional Asian idol system, capital first. To understand why SB19's model works, we need to understand what they walked away from. Across Asia, from South Korea to Japan to China, idol systems are built on capital dominance. Big companies invest, training systems, dorms, styling, songwriting camps, media play, distribution deals, tour infrastructure. Take giants like SM Entertainment or YG Entertainment. These agencies don't just manage artists, they manufacture them. In that system, the artist owns the masters, the company owns the brand, the company controls creative direction, the company controls schedules, the company takes the lion's share of profits. Artists, they execute. Now, here's the issue. This model thrives in economies where media power is centralized, where broadcast networks are tightly aligned with agencies, where fan culture supports long-term company loyalty, where massive capital investment is available upfront. That works in Korea, that works in Japan, that works in China, but Southeast Asia, it's different. Part 2. Why capital-heavy models struggle in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia's entertainment market is fragmented. Different languages, different currencies, different platforms, different economic scales. Unlike Korea's tightly synchronized music ecosystem, countries like the Philippines operate with lower per capita spending power, fewer institutional investors in music, less synchronized TV to music pipelines, heavy reliance on digital virality. Throwing massive capital at an idol group in this region doesn't guarantee ROI. In fact, it increases risk. And this is where SB19's shift becomes genius. Part 3. SB19's pivot from capital to control. When SB19 separated from their previous management structure and established 1Z Entertainment, something subtle but revolutionary happened. They didn't just become independent artists, they became vertically integrated creators. Let's break that down. Vertical integration means owning the music masters, controlling creative direction, overseeing production timelines, managing brand partnerships, structuring tours internally. That shift changes everything, because instead of needing massive capital injections up front, SB19 operates on controlled cost structures, strategic releases, fan-driven demand scaling, and profit retention. In Asia's mid-sized economies, that's lethal in a good way. Part 4. Control creates agility. Here's the part most casual fans miss. In capital-heavy systems, decisions are slow. Approvals go through management, creative directors, financial teams, broadcast partners, and external investors. That can take months. But SB19, they can pivot in weeks. When fan demand spikes in a region, they can add stops, adjust content, drop strategic releases, align merch with fan behavior. This agility matters more in Asia than in the West, because Asian fan bases are highly mobilized and digitally coordinated. If momentum hits, you have to move immediately. Capital-based systems hesitate. Control-based systems accelerate. Part 5. Why Asian fans respond to ownership. This is cultural. Across Asia, narratives of struggle, independence, and self-made success resonate deeply. From Korean underdog stories to Filipino resilience narratives, audiences don't just support talent, they support perseverance. When SB19 positioned themselves not just as performers, but as owners fighting for autonomy, that shifted fan psychology. Fans weren't just streaming songs, they were supporting a movement. Ownership equals authenticity, and authenticity in Asia drives loyalty harder than hype. Part 6. Comparison to global giants. Look at global acts like BTS under HYBE. Even BTS, despite creative influence, operates within a massive capital-backed corporate structure. Now imagine if BTS had to start in a fragmented Southeast Asian market without HYBE's billions. The risk equation changes. SB19's model works because it's built for their environment, not imported from Korea wholesale. It's localized capitalism, not dependency capitalism. That distinction is everything. Part 7. Profit retention means sustainable scaling. When companies take the majority of profits, artists depend on constant expansion to survive. More comebacks, more endorsements, more touring, more exposure. But when artists retain ownership, even moderate success compounds, because profit isn't diluted across layers of executives. This allows SB19 to reinvest in production, upgrade stage design strategically, expand regional tours, fund future artists under their label. Capital-heavy systems burn cash to grow. Control-based systems recycle profit to scale. In Asia's mid-sized economies, that model is far more stable. Part 8. The psychological advantage. Here's something insiders understand. When artists control their direction, performance energy changes. Decision-making becomes personal. Risk-taking becomes intentional. Creative output becomes sharper. That's why fans often say SB19 performances feel different. There's no corporate filter in between. In Asian markets where emotional authenticity drives virality, that's a competitive advantage. Part 9. The digital-first advantage. Asia is mobile-first. Streaming penetration in Southeast Asia exploded faster than traditional industry infrastructure. Instead of relying on television dominance, SB19 leaned into YouTube virality, international iTunes spikes, social media mobilization, and direct-to-fan communication. This bypassed traditional gatekeepers. Capital-based systems often prioritize broadcast relationships. SB19 prioritized algorithm relationships, and in today's Asia, algorithms often matter more. Part 10. Why this model is hard to copy. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Many groups want independence, few can execute it, because independence requires financial literacy, contractual knowledge, leadership unity, long-term vision, and risk tolerance. If one member cracks, the system collapses. SB19's internal alignment is their secret weapon. Control only works when leadership is disciplined, and not discipline is rare. Part 11. Asia's market is shifting. Asian audiences are getting smarter. They see contract disputes. They understand exploitation. They value artist autonomy. The old model of blind company loyalty is weakening. Even in Korea, contract transparency debates have grown louder. As Asia matures economically, artist-led structures will increase. SB19 is simply ahead of the curve. Part 12. The real reason it works. Here's the headline truth. SB19's model works in Asia because Asia rewards resilience over excess. In a region where resources are often limited, efficient scaling beats flashy overspending. Capital creates noise, control creates leverage, and leverage wins long-term. Part 13. The future impact. If SB19's structure continues succeeding, more Southeast Asian artists will pursue ownership. Mid-tier markets will see localized labels emerge. Regional touring circuits will strengthen, and cross-border Asian collaborations will increase without relying solely on Korean agencies. This isn't just a group succeeding, it's a structural shift.